Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have my very first TTC Tuesday episode for you. I released my trailer yesterday. I actually am so overwhelmed. I am pretty much shocked to see so many comments of you going through something similar, or you know of people that have gone through something similar. The reason why I am shocked is because this topic is not talked about enough. It's a little bit hypocritical of me to say let's talk about it, but I have had time to adjust to talk about it. But I feel like society as a whole, we don't talk about this, and I think that we need to change that. Perhaps it's the way that we've all been brought up, but it's kind of said that you can't talk about it until you're pregnant and you're 12 weeks pregnant, and then you can announce it to everyone. But is that the right thing to do? Is that the right thing to do, that so many of us go through this in silence? We feel so alone because we can't talk to anyone apart from our partners, our spouses about it, our family about it. When you get that question, hey, how are you going? And you put on a smile and you say, yeah, I'm doing really good. And you know that that's not the case. Part of the reason you put on that smile is because you are fighting back tears, because you know that your heart is not whole. You're waiting for that one little precious gift that hasn't come yet. The reason why I want to make this series, this video that you're watching right now, is so that if you are going through this, you have someone like me that you can relate to. I know for those 14 months while I have been going through this already, I have watched countless videos, I've read so many forums because I just want someone to relate to and understand what I'm going through. If this can help you and make you feel not alone, then I've done my job. I also wanted to make this series to make those understand. Those who are so blessed and so lucky to get pregnant really quickly, you are so lucky to not have to go through the struggles of infertility. And if you want an insight into this, if you want to understand, then this is the series to help you understand and help you see that other side that hopefully you will never have to go through. Statistics show that some of you who may not have embarked on the TTC journey, it shows that some of you are going to have to go through this, and that breaks my heart. So whether you're coming from the future, you've been through this in the past, you're currently going through this, I'm making this for you. Before we get into the start of the series, I do want to say, while I appreciate your advice so much, I am receiving medical advice about what I'm going through. I understand the process a lot more than when I started, so please be patient with the series as I do progress through what happens and everything like that. There is a video coming about what not to say, but I do want to say, please be respectful in the comments. If you're unsure what to say, you just need to say sending my love, or just leave some hearts. I'm not looking for anyone to feel sorry for me. I don't want to play the victim whatsoever. I just want to share my journey on what I've been through in this past 14 months. There is roughly at the moment 10 to 11 episodes, so I will be adding to that as I go, and they will come out every week on a Tuesday. I appreciate everything that everyone has to say, and believe me when I say so many of you have touched my heart from your comments just on the trailer, whether it be about your story, someone you know, or just saying that no words can make you feel okay right now. But I do want to say there are a few things that I really don't want to hear. And if you're going through this journey, you can relate. I don't want to hear it'll happen when it's meant to be. I don't want to hear just relax, stop stressing. I don't want to hear you just need to go on a holiday. I don't want to hear any of those things. I'm really sorry if you've said any of these things, but even moving forward, if you have someone that is struggling with infertility, I just want to let you know that they won't want to hear those things either. Just a little tip. I haven't finished editing all of this series, but this has been the hardest thing that I've had to do, to watch myself go through everything that I've been through and relive it has been very hard. And I do understand if some of it may be triggering to people going through, I don't even know what, pregnancy, infertility, anxiety, depression. I understand that, and I do want to let you know that there are going to be parts that you perhaps cannot watch. If you cannot watch this series, I have so many other videos on my channel that are about makeup and fashion and just in general vlogs. But please know this footage is so raw, it is so emotional, and it is real life. This is what I have been through, what I have been living. I'm opening up my soul to you guys. That's why it's taken me so long to come to this day here where I can actually share that with you. I know that this series isn't going to be for everyone, but for so long I've been lost with my YouTube channel because I've been waiting for that blessing to arrive so I can change my content around it, and it hasn't come yet. I make videos about my life, and it's been really hard to be able to make videos about my life when I haven't been able to get pregnant. And I feel like I'm just living a lie because I'm not being honest with you guys. I do want to say that while obviously I have had issues with trying to conceive and infertility, it doesn't mean you are going to have them. I do not want to pressure anyone to start trying to conceive until they are ready. And whether that be ready mentally, financially, anything, you need to be completely ready. Whether that be with a supportive partner or you are doing this alone, you need to be ready. It doesn't mean you're going to have these issues. It doesn't mean that you can't get pregnant straight away. It's just, I wanted to make people understand the other side that you never hear about. Okay, let's get into it. The truth about trying to conceive. Feels so weird. Hey guys, it is today, I think it's the 30th of July 2018. This is the first time I'm filming anything in relation to this, and I'm actually like really like nervous. Like I just didn't even think about it. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. Oh my god, I'm just like, oh, I'm just really uncomfortable talking about this. I'm actually in a good headspace today, so that's why I wanted to do it today, because there's been days where I've been just a blubbering mess. Starting from the start, in December 2017, I went off my pill. I had been on the pill since I was 14 or 15 because I went on it to try and help my skin and have regular periods. You know, you just put on the pill and then you're told your whole life, so-and-so got pregnant doing this, so, you know, be extra careful, and you're taught how not to get pregnant. And then when you finally want to have a baby, you don't realize how hard it is. Dean and I have been trying to have a baby. At the start, I wasn't really too concerned, and like I didn't put that much thought into trying. You know, every time we tried, I'd be like, oh, that would be cool if it worked. We didn't have pregnancy on the private health cover. And I asked Dean about it in January, and he's just like, yeah, it's all good, it's all good. And I'm like, can you actually just call up and check? And then we didn't have it. We wouldn't be covered until January anyway. So I was thinking, okay, well, I don't really want to have a baby until after we know that that's definitely in, and you know, like we're in that safe period just in case, like, you know, I don't know. So I didn't want to get pregnant straight away anyway in my mind, even though we were still trying. You know, straight away I went on to like the Flow app and was tracking when I had my period and when it said I was ovulating and everything like that. Obviously it didn't take too long to work out my periods were not every 28 days. They always say, oh, it takes, you know, 6 months to 12 months to get back on track with your period after being on the pill for so long. So I was kind of hanging on to that, like, okay, well, you know, we'll see. And I wasn't having regular periods, and I was spotting a lot. There are a few times where like there would be a few days where I'm like, oh, I feel really, really sick and my period hasn't come yet. And then I'd do a pregnancy test, and then the next day I'd get my period. Like, it's so funny, and it's not funny at all. It's actually really fucking upsetting that you don't realize how much you want it to be positive until you see that negative, and you feel your heart sink month after month. I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like my hormones were all over the place. I feel like I was up and down, and there would be days where I couldn't stop crying, days where I didn't want to do anything, days where I just wasn't motivated. But then there'd be good days, and there'd be bad days. Dean would say to me, Crystal, why are you crying? Like, you've got such an amazing life. And I would just say, I can't stop, as tears streamed down my face. I said, I don't know what it is. I was irritable all the time. It came up to the 6 months, and we got some news from someone else that they were pregnant, and it was like, we weren't expecting it at all. Of course, like, we're so over the moon for them and happy for them, but it just made me realize we've been trying for 6 months and we're not pregnant. Then the worst things started happening in my mind, and my anxiety kicked in. I made an appointment for the doctor. I went in there like a blubbering mess. She ran all of the appropriate tests, like checked my hormones, checked my rubella, checked my like measles, mumps, chickenpox, and I also had to have an internal ultrasound as well because she did suspect PCOS. I think that doctor's appointment was on the Monday. Then I had the ultrasound on the Saturday, but like, I'd never had an ultrasound like that before. I'll tell you now, like, it wasn't as bad as what I thought it would be, but it's quite confronting, you know. But in that week, like, I was a mess. I was so anxious, and I was looking up all this stuff about PCOS and people, how they've dealt with it, how they've gotten pregnant, how they haven't gotten pregnant. I went back to the doctor. All my results came back fine. Don't get me wrong, like, it makes me so happy that results came back great. I should also mention that in this time I had ovulation tests. The first time I did it, I think I tested for 1 day, and then the second day I tested it was positive, and then the day after it was positive, and then the day after it was negative. But since then, it was late May, I have not had a positive ovulation test. At the doctor's, I asked for a referral to a specialist. Also, something that came back on my test was the fact that my rubella was low. The doctor did recommend having a top up of the rubella vaccine. That meant that we couldn't get pregnant in the next 28 days. So it puts us another month behind. I just feel like, oh, we've wasted another month. There goes another month. Got my referral for the specialist, and then I booked in, and I had to wait 3 weeks. They called me up 2 weeks later and they said, we've got a cancellation, would you like to come in? So I went in with Dean and showed him the results and everything like that, told him everything. He just believes that I was having these problems when I was 14, 15 and went on the pill. Now I'm off the pill, those problems are still there, and obviously the pill was masking a lot of the problems. Even though I don't have cysts on my reproductive system, I could still have PCOS. So he was under the impression that, yeah, I'm not ovulating every month, which would lead to the spotting and the irregular periods because my body doesn't know that I've ovulated because I haven't. So therefore it's not sending the right messages and everything like that. He did an examination on me and it was fine. Then I was left with 2 options. The first option would be that he has prescribed me with Letrozole. That would make me ovulate. So the plan would be I would start bleeding day 3 to 7. I would take Letrozole, which would get my eggs nice and ready, and then it should make me ovulate. You can go in and check and have an internal ultrasound and check the size of the follicle, make sure it all looks good, and then try for a baby. The other option would be to have a procedure. I can't pronounce it. Starts with an L, laparoscopy or laparoscope something, where basically they insert a camera into you through your belly button, I think, and they look for endometriosis, which is something that he thinks that I could have. Clean all of that out and also run dye through the fallopian tubes to make sure that there's no blockages. Considering all of my tests have come back fine, we're going to try the Letrozole first and see if that works, and then we try that for a few months, see if we can't get my cycle back on track in the first 3 to 4 months, then we will go with the procedure and then start again. I think just the fact that I didn't know what was wrong with me in those first couple of weeks, that was scary as hell. I was not stressed about any of this. Like, I mean, I was thinking about it, but I wasn't stressed about it until it hit the 6-month mark, and then it made me think, okay, well, that's 6 months. And when I went to see the specialist, he said, you're in the right place, and even the doctor said, you're in the right place, you've given it a good amount of time, and you know, we can help you from here. Because a lot of people have said they don't want to see you until it's been 12 months. Until you've been trying for 12 months, don't even bother go seeing anyone. That's not really what you want to hear. When I went to see the specialist, he said, well, I've had couples come in and say, we've been trying for 2 years. And he said, why didn't you come and see me 2 years ago? And Dean has been so lovely and supportive throughout this. We are currently having his sperm tested and seeing how that comes back. He did one test and the specialist wanted a second test done just in case, because he wasn't too sure about the shape of the sperm. But either way, like, I just wanted to make a little video to document this. And I guess more than anything, like, everyone's situation is so different. Everyone's body is different. I don't know how my keto diet has affected my body. I know that in others it's helped them. I guess, you know, one of the things that I've always just been like, no, don't want to talk about it, is babies. Maybe because like, it's not even like I knew that I would have problems, but I just didn't know. I used to get comments all the time like, when are you having a baby? Oh my god, you'd be so cute with a baby, rah rah rah. It's just like, guys, when we're ready to have a baby and when we're pregnant, we will tell you. We don't need the pressure of people asking us when we're gonna have kids. From someone that hasn't been able to get pregnant, it fucking hurts. It's a stab in the heart. The reason why you should never ask those questions is because you don't know what people are going through. You don't know the daily struggles that they have. Like, every day I think, I wish I was pregnant. Every day I think, I should be 6 months along by now. I should be having a baby in a few months. Since I saw the specialist, he kind of said, and I'm in that 28-day period where we can't try, he gave me the script for Letrozole, and he said that it would be okay to start taking them next week, which was last week, if I started my period. Still waiting on my period and didn't ovulate, so I'm hoping that it comes this week and then I can start taking the Letrozole. You know, that is something that I want to document as well, because I've heard that it can make people go a little bit emotional, hormonal. So that's it for now. I will keep you updated, I guess, when my period starts. Hey guys, just a little check-in. It is Thursday the 9th of August and I just started my period today. Honestly, I've never been so happy to get my period. It seems so silly. So according to my app, I was meant to get it yesterday, I think. I think my cycle is either 34, 35 days, and I think I had it on 34 days. So here's my period. So in 2 days, I'll start the Letrozole. I will go and get the script today, and I don't know, I'm just like really excited to stop waiting, kind of thing. Like, things are happening. Like, that felt so long that I had to wait for my period. Like, but it's finally here. I did a little period dance. No. Hey guys, I just wanted to do a little bit of an update on my Letrozole. It is now Monday and I started taking it Saturday, I think. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So my 3rd day of taking it. So funny story, I thought my period came through. I don't know, it must have just been spotting. I don't know, but I made my appointment to have my 12-day scan. I am going to go through with it. I don't know if it's the right thing to do, but I did ask when I was at the appointment, okay, well, what if it's just spotting? What if I don't get my period? And he said, just take it day 3 the next time you bleed. I don't know, I just lost all faith. Like, I just don't think it's gonna happen this month, and then we'll have to wait another month. And so this is the 3rd day taking it. The first 2 days were fine, but today I have been really emotional and I've just been a little bit like depresso kind of thing, and I just want to cry, that kind of thing. Which of course I've been really up and down with my emotions lately, but just today was just, it's just a bad day. Like, I could literally just start crying now, but I'm not going to. I was warned Like, he did say to me, these are hormones, so they're going to, the letrozole may make me emotional, that kind of thing, you know, make me hormonal, whatever. I kind of like am expecting it, but I don't know, it just hit me today and I'm just like, I just want to be shut off from the world. I don't want to do anything. I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm used to feeling like this these days, so it's okay, I'll get through it. Just have doubts that it's gonna happen this month. He did say it could take a few months to get the ovulation right, and we're just going to try this until December and see what happens. Hi guys, it's the next day. It's 9:18, Tuesday 14th of August, and I've already cried twice. Shall we make it 3 times? This morning I woke up and went to the toilet and there was some more blood. I don't know if it's spotting or not, but it's just like, is this meant to be day 1? Like, I don't even know. I haven't taken the letrozole yet, but it's meant to be day 4 in taking it. I just feel like crap, and I don't know if it's like period related cramping or if it is like follicle growing cramping. I have no idea. It's not that bad, to be honest. Like, it's barely there, you can barely feel it. It's just something to note. I also didn't mention yesterday that I actually haven't been able to stop eating. I don't know what's wrong with me, and bad food as well, which puts me into a vicious cycle of feeling like crap because I'm eating crap, but I just like don't even care at this point in time. But yeah, yesterday I was just like slothing all day because I just didn't want to do anything, and you know, I just had a shower before to try and get up and do something, but I don't feel like doing anything. I've got like messages and phone calls on my phone and I'm like, I don't even want to talk to anyone. Hey guys, it is the next day. I had a really bad day in the morning, but last night I got myself together, I put on some makeup, and Dean and I went to go and see a movie, and it's so funny because the whole day I'm just like, I don't want to talk to anyone, I don't want to do anything, I just want to wallow. I just want to be in myself, just feeling sorry for myself. And I know it's just the worst state of mind to be in, but you can't help how you feel. But it was actually a really good thing to get up, get out of the house, put some makeup on, go and see a feel-good movie. I have had cramping, bloating, that kind of thing, but again, I haven't been eating well. That's cocoa. But I've got a much more positive outlook on life today. So this is the last day of taking the letrozole, and then we shall see what happens. You've been keeping me company, haven't you? Hey guys, it is the 20th of August. I'm currently about to leave to go and have my day 12 scan. Obviously, like, I'm a lot better than what I was the other day when I last vlogged. It was honestly really, really rough. Right now, I'm just like, I've got no hope that it's gonna happen this time around because I am still spotting. I've still got my period kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's still there. Like, I shouldn't be bleeding, but I still am. I don't know. I just don't feel like it's gonna work this time. And then I have to go through taking the letrozole again and feel like that again. And that was not fun. We'll see what happens at this scan and I will let you know afterwards. I'll see you soon. Hey guys, I forgot to vlog after our appointment yesterday. I had an internal ultrasound. The size of my largest follicle was 16 millimeters. He had hoped that it would be a bit bigger, but that just means next cycle he can potentially up my dosage of letrozole. I'm just worried that I got the days wrong of my cycle because it started and then stopped. He did suggest that we try for the next 3 days. I did do an ovulation test today. I just did one of the ones, you know, like the cheaper ones, not the digital ones. So it came up with the control line and then the test line, and it was quite faint. I wouldn't think anyway today that I'd be ovulating. I will hang on to the test to see if tomorrow it does get stronger. Like, I just feel like I know it's not going to happen this month. It's funny that you say that because, like, I have a feeling it's not going to happen this month, and I was saying this to Dean last night. Although I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen this month, there's still that hope, and I don't want to cry. Of course, every time you try and then you either get your period or you see a negative result, like, it's heartbreaking. There's nothing worse than that disappointment. I can't have high expectations, because then when you're disappointed, it really hurts. Anyway, so I'm going to continue on with the journey. I might vlog in a few days after I've got a few ovulation tests, so maybe I'll show you those and put them next to each other. But yeah, this is cycle day, I guess 13, if yesterday was 12, and yeah, I'll see you then. Hey guys, I'm just back for a little update. It is cycle day 15. I just wanted to show you my little ovulation strips as well. I've not tested positive for ovulation at this stage, and we have not tried for a baby yet because I have still been bleeding / spotting. So here are the little tests. This is day 13, day 14, day 15. So this was today. Yesterday's was really weak. The day before was a little bit better, but yeah, it's still definitely not positive for ovulation. I don't know, I just feel a little bit weird that he was just like, no, you need to try the next 3 days, and now it's like the last of the 3rd day and we haven't tried it all yet. And I'm, you know, according to this, like I'm nowhere near ovulating. I don't know, maybe it will be different tomorrow, who knows. But anyway, hope to try today and the next 3 days. But yeah, we'll see. Hey guys, it is me coming from the future. I unfortunately lost the clip that was meant to be here. However, I did have my 21-day progesterone blood taken, and it did confirm that I did not ovulate this month. This was really hard for me to take. Obviously, you can tell from the tone of the previous clips, I did not have high expectations, but in saying that, every single month you still hope and pray that it's going to be the month. But from my test strips, I knew I didn't ovulate, which was really disappointing. My test results from my blood came back at, I think they were 0.1 or something, and I think over a certain level, perhaps 5 or 10 or something, is ovulation. It was so low. So this just means that the next time I will need to up my dosage. But that was my first experience on Letrozole. It wasn't a great experience. It didn't help that my periods have been so irregular that I didn't know. Like, I have a lot of spotting and a lot of bleeding, and it's just hard for me to know when it starts. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but there you go. There is my first round of Letrozole, and I will see you next week for another TTC Tuesday episode.
I've been running round in circles, chasing my tail and lost my way, seeking shelter in different corners, never finding a place to stay.